Hey, Shalom Shkatha. Hey, Salakia, Officer Yanazar, can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right, Most High in Christ.
Can you hear me, sir?
I can hear you. I can hear you loud and
clear. So I'm talking through the computer. We don't have any microphones at the school right now.
No,
we hear you loud and clear.
Most High in Christ. We're gonna go ahead and get the class started, man. If you can. We'll go ahead and get the class started. Are we live yet, brother?
Con, sir. We're live.
Okay, Most High in Christ. Clap it up, clap it up.
Can you hear
How by Hashem Yahweh Shah Brakatha to my brothers, Yahweh Shamar Alatha, by Hashem Yahweh Shah to all my sisters. I'm priest and officer Bon Kayal of 1,000 men, and this is the I.S.U.P.K under Commanding General Yahanna. Shalom Israel nosotros somos la S.U.P.K desde la calle 1 Oeste 125 Harlem, Nueva York, bajo el mando del General Yahanna. Si tú eres Latino, Negro, o Indio, Nativio, tú eres Israel, okay? So if you're Black, if you're Latino, Black, or Native Indian, you're an Israelite. First things first, if you're so-called Black, Hispanic, or Native Indian, as I said, in Spanish and in English, you are God's chosen people, man. All right? We have to understand that. We got to understand where our power is because we have been so dependent upon America. We've been so dependent upon our oppressors for safety, for security, for food, for shelter, for one of all things, as the scriptures say. All right? And right now, these are intensely perilous and precarious times for so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, especially if you have full confidence in America. You have had full confidence in, the Constitution. You have had full confidence in your citizenship, full confidence in your slavery, full confidence in the Democratic and Republican process of voting. You put full confidence in your political parties. You put full confidence in everything except for, we put full confidence in everything except for the Most High power. All right. And this is the reason why, there's a spirit of discouragement and despondency that is plaguing our nation right now. And I mean the nation of Israel. If you're so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian, we are one blood-related family. We are one blood-related nation. Our forefathers were all related, man. From Abraham to Isaac to Jacob. Jacob had 12 sons, man. Those 12 sons, brothers, became the 12 chiefs of the tribes, man. The tribes of what? The 12 tribes of Israel, okay? You're so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian, you got to understand that, all right? And we got to put our confidence, we have to put our full confidence and our faith upon the Most High power. How do you do that? How do you put your confidence and your faith in the Most High? Let's go into Brotherhood, man. Give me 1 John 4:20 and 21. You know what? No, let's go to Zephaniah first. I want to do Zephaniah. Zephaniah 2 and 1. All right. Because I think nowhere on the earth, nowhere in the world is brotherhood taught outside of the I.S.U.P.K as it should be taught. We don't understand that there's strength in brotherhood. Brotherhood is synonymous with sisterhood. We don't realize the value in one another, especially when we are together. America divides us. America sets real division amongst a family, man, amongst family members. This is the reason why the so-called Dominican says, I know Black. He don't want to be associated with the so-called Negro, man. This is the reason why you have Issacharites or Mexicans hating other Mexicans that do not have what? Proper documentation. This is the reason why, so-called Negroes, we got the light skin versus dark skin. You hate a brother because he's from another side of town or he's wearing a different color than you. We got to get We got to get off of this division, man. We have to learn to come together in the spirit of brother, in the spirit of righteousness. Christ was a brother. He extended brotherhood to the disciples and beyond, man, to the earth, to the world, primarily first to what? Other Israelites. But General Muhammad was going in about, the blessing, the crumbs that fall from the table that the other nations, partake of, man, that they benefit from. So when we're in power, when we're in rulership, when we're authority, we won't be in this constant state of mourning that we're in. If you can't, give me Zephaniah 2:1. We'll go into the book of Zephaniah, chapter 2, verse 1, man.
This is the book of Zephaniah, chapter 2, verse 1. Gather yourselves together. Yea, gather together. O nation not desired.
Man, if you so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian, I'm going to sound like a broken record, because that is not what is being promoted throughout the earth. We matter. Our lives absolutely matter. And we've been devalued so much that we devalue one another, man. The scriptures call for us to gather ourselves together. This is a bedrock UPK scripture. Everything is hinged upon us loving one another, man, in the spirit of righteousness. Right now is a time for those brothers and sisters that have citizenship, that have proper documentation. It's a time for us to be focused on those that do not, of our nation, man. We should be providing them with a sense of respite, a sense of solace, man. They should be able to depend upon us. They shouldn't be having the spirit of fear that is overwhelming. I couldn't imagine. You got to send your kids off to school, and you look on the news and they're threatening ICE raids. They're threatening to pull over school buses. They got, Homeland Security sitting outside of the damn schools, man. And if your child doesn't speak English, I seen a tweet. There was a teacher that basically I think it was on X, he basically was saying, he's requesting the government to come to his school, to come to his classroom, because he has students that don't speak a lick of English, man, which is a bastardized tongue. But how wicked and how evil is that, man? We put our trust in our heart and our faith in America. We send our children off to these schools, and we hope that they're going to be taken care of. We hope that they're going to be safe and they're going to be secure. But those teachers hate our children, man. And that tweet showed me that our children are not even safe when we send them off to school. So we should be really focusing on the Most High, man. We should really be focusing on gaining the Most High's protection, all right? The Most High recognizes us when we gather together in the spirit of brotherhood, in the spirit of righteousness, like we do in the I.S.U.P.K. We're the only place on earth that's pointing you in the direction of the Lord, man. It's pointing you in the direction of what? Keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. We're the only one that is really focused on brotherhood, man. All right? Read that again if you can.
This is the book of Zephaniah, chapter 2, verse 1. Gather yourselves together. Yea, gather together. O nation not desired.
Where do we gather? Where do so-called Blacks and Hispanics gather right now? Because you got, there's a lot going on here in North Carolina. You think about where so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. We'll just talk about the Hispanics, the Latino community right now. Where do they go grocery shopping? Do they normally go to Walmart? Do they go to Harris Teeter? Do you see them usually in Wegmans? Do those stores carry an influx of, traditional Hispanic or Latino foods? You can go to Walmart and they have an international aisle, right? Where you'll get all the products that are like made by Goya and all that, right? But our people they go to Compare and Saves. They go to the little, what do you call them, tiendas or what have you. Yeah. Well, I guess you could say Aldi. I'm not sure about that. But I know if I want to see any of the Hispanic tribes, if I want to go see Issachar, if I want to go see Ephraim, if I want to go see Simeon, I'm gonna go right down there to the damn Compare and Save and try to brush up on my Spanish. You know what I'm saying? But our oppressor is so wicked and so evil, man. And they have a vitriolic hatred against us. You got people impersonating ICE. It's a bastard that made his car look like an ICE pickup truck, man. And he's driving around the parking lots of Compare and Saves. Frightening, terrifying, man. You think about your anxiety, man. That would be absolutely terrifying to see that if I was undocumented. All right. So we have to gather ourselves together, man. All right. There is safety and security within the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. To all my Hispanic, to all my Latino brothers and sisters, man. To all the so-called Haitians that might be undocumented. All right. Go to www.I.S.U.P.K.com. All right. Get in contact with the camp leader. We have real resources. All right. I was listening to NPR on the way over here, and there's certain things that if you get pulled over, all right. Let's see what it says here. If you get pulled over, because this is a true public safety issue, all right. You get pulled over in an ICE raid, you want to ask for a judicial warrant whenever you're questioned or whenever you're detained. Okay, I don't know what that means. Google it. They have organizations that are out here right now that are advocating for the Hispanic and Latino community, man. All right, read that scripture one more time, brother.
Khan. Gather yourselves together. Yea, gather together. O nation, not desire.
Yeah, man. When you look at society, you know, brothers have posted about the Ukrainians. You know, when those immigrants, they came over here and they were welcomed with open arms. They were welcomed with open arms by the Americans, the real red-blooded Americans. But when the Haitians came over, they stopped them at the border. They stopped the so-called Haitians at the border. But who was there for the so-called Haitians? The Israelite School Universal Practical Knowledge under Commander General YAHANNA. We had the mission to Acuna, man. Poor men, prophets, priests, and prophets of the Lord gathered their resources together and went into Mexico, man, to provide support services to God's chosen people. Because what does that scripture say? That we are a nation what?
O nation, not desire.
We are a nation or a family that is not desired. Not desired by who? By America, man. America hates any and everything to do with so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. You can look at history and see America was created for the so-called oppressor, man. It was supposed to be a white utopia. This was supposed to be a safe haven for white society. But on the books, they have legislation against so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. You can Google this stuff, man. Go on the National Archives and see all the legislation, all the laws that were enacted, man, all the edicts that were propped up against the nation that is not desired. That's how you know we're God's chosen people, man. That is a telltale sign that we are God's chosen people. All right. So tonight is a Tuesday night scripture breakdown class. Traditionally, it's the Brotherhood class, and we're just going to go in to a few scriptures. If you got questions pertinent to Brotherhood or any question in general that you want to ask with respect to the Bible, ask your questions, man. You know, with the Spirit of the Lord, hopefully I'll be able to answer your question. If not, Captain the 13,000, Nayathaq Banyamyan, will be in shortly. Okay. All right. So give me the book of 2 Timothy chapter 1, verse 7. The book of 2 Timothy chapter 1, verse 7. You know, I got an article that talks about our community being on edge here in the Triad area. And I think it's very, very important for us to focus on what's happening regionally, locally. Wherever there is an Israelite School Universal Practical Knowledge on earth, we are there as a support system for so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. It's very, very important that we understand that. All right. But there's other ways by which we can show our support to our people. You know, as priests and prophets, we are the oracles of God, man. And unlike the Christian church, unlike these gay Christian pastors, y'all see what happened with Thaddeus Matthews, did you not? We inspire, encourage, uplift other Israelites, man. Other so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Hold tight. We are live. I don't know, I can't see anybody else on the stream. Yeah, Officer Yanazar is over there. Shout out to everybody that's in the chat, man. Sister Yakar, Brother Abadawan, Abadayawan, Salakia, the Israelites of East Carolina, I.S.U.P.K, Trinidad and Tobago's in the house, I.S.U.P.K 704, Durham Israelites, Sister Thaqua,
Not really.
Sister Sapayar, you know, shout out Sister Yakara, my sister Yakara.
I'm just gonna leave it the way it is so we can see the comments.
Hey, Salaki, if you can you put your mic on mute, brother? Salakia. Sister Arabaz in the class. Sister Lanisha's in here. Brother Ayazab's in the house. Shout out to Kwame Parr. Shout out to everybody that's in the class, man. All right. Anyhow, while we're waiting for Captain Nayathaq to get in, I'm gonna share this article with the class. Here we go. Boom, boom, boom. We in there. All right. Y'all let me know if you have any difficulties hearing me. Anyone that's in the class. All right. So the title of this article is ICE Raid Rumors Leave Triad Latino Communities on Edge. All right. And we all know that SOB 45, now 47, the orange man, all right, he has been spewing evil, wicked, hateful rhetoric, you know, about God's chosen people. And it's gotten Americans, real American citizens, all charged up, you know. He's literally stoking the fire of their hatred of so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. And this is America. This is the American way. This is America at its core. It's to hate you. It's to keep you subjugated, to keep you on the bottom, to keep us as slaves in bondage, man, in perpetual servitude unto them and their nation, all right? The I.S.U.P.K, we want you to separate. We want you to remove your spirit from this place. Stop seeking the love of Americans, of America. Why are our people hell-bent on wanting to love America so much? Why? I'll give you the primary reason. It's because of Christianity, man. It's because of the Christian church. It's because you don't believe that you can have an enemy. You're supposed to love everyone. And my Bible doesn't teach that, man. You don't even, we don't understand simple things about the Bible. Simple things when it comes down to reality. We're starting to, we embrace pacifism. And this is the reason why we get destroyed. This is the reason why people can go into our churches and have target practice, man. We look like we are soft targets. We are defenseless people. It's because we don't depend upon the Most High. All right? If you can, officer, can you read this article, Officer Darash? I don't know if they can even see it. Salakia, that's because I can't share it because Durham is running. Yeah, no, you Tawab, Officer Yanazar. You Tawab. For the people at home, the title of the article is according to the Piedmont Triad News. ICE raid rumors leave Triad Latino communities on edge. Right? Go ahead and start reading that article, brother.
President Donald Trump's immigration crackdown has many people in the Triad's Latino community on edge.
We're on edge, man. We're on edge because we have We're too comfortable here. Micah, what, 2:10, it says what? Arise ye and depart. We are asleep here in America, here in North Carolina, throughout the 100 counties of North Carolina, so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. We done got comfortable in this place. Keep reading.
Many are worried about whether U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, also known as ICE, or other law enforcement officials will come for them next as part of his executive order.
So this is his executive order, man. This is the evil that, he conspired to do against you, Black man, Hispanic man, Native Indian man, woman, and child. He has no regard for the old or the young. He don't give a damn if you a male or a female. These people, this is a nation of fierce countenance, as the scriptures say. All right? Keep reading.
Trump's 5 biggest moves on immigration so far. Hector Rivera, an organizer for the nonprofit Siembra, North Carolina.
Right. That's one of the organizations I was speaking about earlier that is advocating for the Hispanic and the Latino community, man. All right. There are groups that are out there, all right, that are focusing on just the needs of these communities, man, of our communities, but not like the I.S.U.P.K, all right, because we're teaching you something beyond, the carnal, the physical. We focus on the spiritual, okay? All right, so you can live on another level, all right? We're trying to level you up in the I.S.U.P.K. We don't want you to be focused on, just food, clothing, and shelter. And these are basic necessities. These are the things that we need to sustain ourselves. And the Lord knows that, man. And he will definitely provide. We just got to focus on excising or getting rid of all of the sin that's plaguing us, man. All right. So Hector Rivera, the organizer for the nonprofit Siembra, North Carolina. And that's another thing. The nonprofit organizations, because of Trump being a damn pocket tyrant that he is, this is what I don't understand. He was implicated in a 34-count felony indictment, and they elected him to public office. They elected him to the highest seat in the free world. He is the POTUS, the president of the United States, the commander-in-chief, all right, is a total felon. Everyone knew that before they put him in that seat. But what I don't understand is when it comes down to him, the power of the pen, they're looking at the legislation that he's passing, and it goes against what Congress, goes against what the Constitution conveys as being legal. So you got a criminal. You have someone that is not law-abiding, that is over the executive branch of our government, man. And you got district attorneys, the district attorney of New Jersey. He said something about Trump he's the president. He is not a king. And we know that kings have what? They lead through authoritarian rule. They're monarchs. Yeah. They're the sole authority. They don't have a Senate or a House of Representatives. They don't have to deal with the Supreme Court. They don't have they can operate with impunity. And in Trump's mind, he believes he's a goddamn king, man. All right. But that's not how things work, supposedly. All right. Here in America, this great republic. Go ahead, brother. Continue reading.
Okay. Didn't let a chilly Monday afternoon stop him from spreading awareness about ICE raids at a popular market.
Right.
He started passing out pamphlets to keep Asheboro's Latino community informed.
So getting back to Siembra, which is a nonprofit organization, I slave for a nonprofit organization. They have many different nonprofit organizations that create different resources for the communities, and they depend upon government grants, man, and different loan programs. Well, Trump, being the tyrant that he is, he and the oligarchy that do not give a damn about the common man, they decided they were going to halt the federal grant and loan programs, man. But there was a federal judge that temporarily paused his evil edict, okay? And you can look at the Empowerment Control Act, man, and it'll talk about the rights that the president has and the parameters, the bounds of what he can do legally when it comes down to the laws that get passed. All right? Continue. He started what? Passing out what?
He started passing out pamphlets to keep Asheboro's Latino community informed.
Yeah. And that's really, really important, man. We get destroyed because we get destroyed for lack of knowledge, man. We don't have the understanding that we need because we stuck in the damn Christian church, you know, singing the same old song, doing the same old dumb buck jive dances, man. And we've given our money. We're paying tithes to an organization, to a system that's destroyed us, man. Your pastor, when you pay the tithes to your pastor, he don't give a damn about paying your rent. He's going to gather everybody together and say, let's pray about it. And his coffers are stuffed, full, overflowing. He got so much goddamn money, he's stuffing it in his walls. And he's stuffing it inside of the walls of the church that he won't even allow you to come into when you seek refuge. He locks the damn doors when you need his help, man. That's not the I.S.U.P.K. Commander General YAHANNA would never do that. All right? Keep reading.
We've heard there's a lot of problems with rumors going around that there's immigration over here and immigration over there.
Right.
So we are also helping our community dispel those rumors by spreading verified information, Rivera said.
So, you know, one of my favorite scriptures, John 8:32, and you shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. This brother right here is following the spirit of what Christ conveyed. He's telling them the truth about the circumstances, the truth about our present situation, man. And you should be concerned if you're a so-called Negro. You should absolutely be concerned, man. Because these are our brothers. These are our sisters. These are our nieces. These are our nephews, man. Keep reading.
Rivera and his group of volunteers are separating fact from fiction for Latino community members.
So when we talk about spreading verified information, you know, getting back to the church, they spread unverifiable information about the truth of God, man. They spread lies to our people about God. So we're really dismissive of the power of the Most High. We see things transpiring in real time, and we don't attribute them to the creator of the universe, man. Whether it be good or bad. In our sight, we know there's no unrighteousness with God, according to what the scriptures say. All right? So even in any of the conditions that we deal with, the trials and the tribulations that we go through, you know, we still have to serve the Lord, man. But we can't serve the Lord because we're stuck in the Christian church, serving other gods. The Christian church is the house of Satan, literally. It promotes the ideology, the false, vain ideology of white supremacy, man. It teaches polytheism. They're not speaking out against the worship of other gods. You can go into the Christian church and you can literally worship Satan and call yourself a Christian, because that's what you do. That's what we do. We get caught up in that. We don't even do a self-assessment. The Bible says to what? Take heed of thyself, right? We don't even do a self-assessment and ask ourselves, is this bringing honor and glory to the Most High Power? Or is this following in the tradition of what Yahweh Mashiach, who we foolishly call Jesus Christ? Did Christ do this? Did Christ celebrate his birthday? Did Christ eat pork, shrimp, crab, lobster? Did Christ ever smoke a goddamn blunt? Did Christ sleep with whores? Did he put up a Christmas tree and hand out gifts, man, to Santa Claus? Christ didn't do any of those things, man. And the Christian churches is speaking out against any of it. We talk about spreading verified information. Shout out to Rivera, man. Shout out to him. Continue. He needs to get him a flyer if anyone knows him. All right. Maybe we could forge a community partnership. Continue. Salakia.
Especially after ICE arrest.
Especially after what?
After ICE arrested nearly 1,000 people nationwide in raids on Sunday.
That's right. Nearly 1,000 people were arrested. I think the true figure was like it's over 900 people that have been arrested in these ICE raids, man. Which is so wicked and evil. For you to persecute a people, man, that is seeking refuge in your land. It happened to us. We're enemies with the people that wouldn't allow us to pass through their lands to this very day, man. That's an evil thing to do. These people are literally seeking asylum as if America doesn't have the resources to sustain these people. My brother talked about when he would have to drive across the middle of America, man. Wide open spaces that are not populated at all, man. We are jam-packed in the treasure cities of this place. There was more than enough resources to go around for everyone, man. All right. And I just hate the fact that the so-called Hispanic community is the face of these immigration issues, and it's not. They're not the ones that are actually the scourge on society. Hispanics, Latinos are some of the hardest goddamn working people I know. Any industry, man, any vocational setting, they go above and they go beyond, man. They set a standard when it comes down to productivity. They might take a siesta, but in a designated time, man. I worked with some brothers when I worked in construction from Guatemala, brothers that were from Honduras, man. Very, very caring, very understanding, empathetic brothers, man. They look at me like, Judah lazy. The things that the Hispanic people can do in an hour, man. Good night. Oh, we just talking construction, you know? And I was always amazed before I even came into the truth at their level of productivity. It was remarkable to me to see that. These people have to be the children of God, man. Because I don't see anyone else on planet Earth creating the way that they create. All right? You so-called Black, Native Indian, we got to focus on helping our uplifting, encouraging, inspiring our Hispanic, Latino brothers and sisters, man. All right? And any other brother and sister that might be, fearful because of these ICE raids. All right? Keep reading.
News of these arrests has caused panic in the Piedmont Triad. Right now, people are trying to not live with fear.
Right now, people are what?
Right now, people are trying to not live with fear.
Why are our people so fearful, man? We don't truly believe in the power of this Bible. I said it before, it's because we're in the Catholic Church, we're in the Christian church, we're in the Muslim mosque, banging our damn head up against some carpet, kissing a damn rock. We put so much energy into things that are vain, things that mean nothing, things that serve us no true purpose, man. That's a sickness. That is a sickness. We've been brainwashed and manipulated by every nation, but primarily the so-called oppressor, man. So-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, you must come into the I.S.U.P.K. to get your brainwash free from these lies, man. To get some strength instilled within your spirit. Because you're the children of God. God is our power, man. His name is Yahweh. We got to learn how to depend upon our power, man. Keep reading.
They know that they still have to go to work and that they still have to take their kids to school. And they're trying to continue doing that, said Elena Jimenez.
Elena
Jimenez.
Okay, Most High in Christ. Shout out to her. Keep reading.
Hymen's has lived in Asheboro for more than 20 years.
Right.
She says she's fearful of potential ICE raids. We haven't heard them. I haven't heard them yet, but I'm hearing the rumors.
It's not no rumors if 1,000 people have been locked up. This so-called devil, he tries to follow through on his promises, the things that he says. All right. He still is the most subtle beast of the field. All right. But what I know about him, he's going to try to follow through because he don't want to look like a hypocrite. Even though he is, everything that he does, is laden with hypocrisy. All right. Keep reading.
As a documented immigrant from Mexico,
Right.
Hymen's says he's doing her due diligence by keeping her neighbors educated.
Yeah, she's keeping our neighbors educated, man. Keeping them educated as to what is actually transpiring in real time. Because if you're so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian, man, the conditions by which we live, I mean, our reality is real, man. We live in absolute hell. This is how I know that heaven and hell are conditions. Because when I look at so-called the oppressor, he's in a state of heaven. They send their kids off to school. They're not worried about, ICE raids. They're living a life, man. They're going about their business. They're going about their day. But if you, are Haitian or an Isupk, right? That's problematic, man. And most of us have PTSD anyway. This is causing real trauma within our communities, man. Just to live in fear, the constant threat of your children being taken from you, man. We need to go into those curses. I mean, it just makes sense. But if you can, give me 2 Timothy 1:7, while we're reading this article, we're wrapping this article up. Because I don't want our people to continue to move about in that spirit of fear, man. All right. That's not my job. I don't want to primarily have you focused on being afraid, which we should be afraid, but we got to be fearful of the right things, man. We should have the fear of the Most High. We shouldn't be fearful of what Donald Trump can do, what these ICE agents are doing. We should not be fearful of that. We have a healthy understanding of their ability, but we should only be fearing the Lord, man. All right? Go ahead and read 2 Timothy, brother.
Okay. It's the book of 2 Timothy, chapter 1, verse 7. For God hath not given us the spirit of fear.
So if you're in the Christian church, you don't even know the name of God. You put all kinds of you say all kinds of blasphemous titles you give to God, man. The Most High's name is Yahweh, okay? Read that again.
For God hath not given us the spirit of fear, but
Yahweh, the Most High power. When we talk about God, God translates to what in the Hebrew? Alahayim, which means what? Powers, right? This is the most high power. Out of all the powers he created, he's the highest of the highest. All right. This is the authority. And he's telling you in 2 Timothy that he hasn't given you the spirit of what?
Hath not given us the spirit of fear.
What is fear? What is fear? You think about the things that we're afraid of, man. I went to see the damn Wolfman. I'm jumping in the theater, but it's a damn movie. It's nothing real. The things that we're afraid of are not real, man. We're fearful of things like what? Go ahead, brother.
Salakia, this is the Merriam-Webster's definition of fear. An unpleasant, often strong emotion caused by anticipation or awareness of danger.
Yeah, we see things like cops. Maybe most of us have had very negative experiences and run-ins with law enforcement. We've had very, very negative, real experiences with the other nations, primarily the oppressor, so-called white society, man. We're fearful of what we know that they're capable of doing. We're fearful of that. We're fearful of what?
Salakia,
Go ahead, brother.
So like Captain Nayathaq is ready.
Oh, damn right. And with that, I'm gonna pass the class over to Captain of 13,009 Thak Yamya, man. Clap it up, clap it up.
Yeah, clap that up.
Hey, shalom, sir. How we doing?
Good, good. How y'all doing?
To what, sir?
Wow.
Oh, Muslim Christ. All right. Talk to me. Where we at right now?
Salakia, sir. I was going and trying to give our people some encouragement in 2 Timothy 1:7.
Mm-hmm. Yes, no. I'm put on my spectacles. Hold on. That's my squinting.
Oh God.
Don't worry, I ain't smoking. I was missing my glasses. Yeah, that's cleaning my frame. You know what I mean? All right. Where we at now? All right. What is the season we in right now? Give me that in Matthews. When Christ asks about the season, what season we in right now? What black people? What you hear black people saying right now? Hello, Akio. You hearing me? Hold on.
Count on the count.
You hearing me?
Cancer.
Oh, okay, Mosenka. For a minute. All right, what you hear black people talking about right now?
Salakia, sir.
Come on.
You know, the EBT and WIC benefits, you know, getting cut if you don't have a job. That's what they were talking about today, Salakia.
Oh, so the plan on did he do it already, or is there a plan for him to do it?
I think there's a plan. They're still talking about that Project 2025 nonsense. You got pundits like Roland Martin that is doing nothing but just spreading fear. You know,
No, that's what I want to hear. That's what's in the air right now when it comes with black people. You know what I mean? So how it is for Trinidad? Is it the same thing? Since Donald Trump get in.
Cancer. Right now, you know, a lot of people who have family outside there. It's like, you know, they in preparation. Even, you know, this morning that's listening on the radio channel now, right? You know, it's like a brother, he get deported now, right? And he said when he reached in the airport, he didn't even know which part to go in Trinidad because I think his parents was over there now, and the only family he had was over there in America, and he being here is like, you know, he been living on the streets. He say almost 7 years he living on the streets.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
so is extreme, you know, I mean, fear that's gripping the nation right now with what this administration is doing. You understand? All right. And okay, like with things like that, right? How would we you know what I mean, combat, you know what I mean, stuff like that? But give me which scripture I call for? I think the one in is it in Matthew? You remember the one I called for? It's a class.
So okay, so you didn't actually say the scripture yet. You said there's one in Matthew, and you say what time we're in.
Yeah, so I think that's Matthew 16.
Matthew 16:3.
Yeah, that's it. 16.
You want to start at? You want to start at verse 1?
Yeah.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 16, to verse 1. The Pharisees also with the Sadducees came and tempting desired him that he would show them a sign from heaven.
Right. So, and this is what black people been asking for. They've been asking for what? A sign.
Lord, give me a sign.
Yeah, send me a sign, Lord. You know, this black woman famous for that. Send me a good man. Send me a sign here, good man, Lord. Sis, I don't think you should put that on. You're not my father. I think we need some time away from each other. You understand? we really don't understand what, or you know what I mean, completely comprehend what we asking for. What's your brother name? Um Bankeal, call a pastor's name. What's his name? Theodos.
Thaddeus Matthews.
Yeah, brother. What he is teaching his church should be taught in a brothel. You
Mhm.
understand? He should be in a brothel. You understand? Teaching, you know what I mean, the hell out of them, you know what I mean, them H's. You understand? Calling yourself a pastor and you behaving like that so unseemingly. You understand? Right? Come on.
Kana Wakan.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 2. He answered and said unto them,
Mm-hmm.
when it is evening, ye say, it will be fair. It will be fair weather.
Uh-huh.
Well, the sky is red.
Right? Or the sky's red. Like you can look at the weather and you can tell what time it is. You tell me you can't look at the time we in right now and tell what time we in. You understand? Like the time we in right now is where we gonna have to do what? What we gonna have to do?
Salakia, sir, if I may.
Come on.
Zephaniah 2:1, gather ourselves together.
Yes, that's what we got definitely had to do. Hey, this administration leaving us no choice. What choice we have? You understand? What choice do we have? No, what he is doing, he is trying to what? Send everybody back to what? The land they come from, in hopes that what? You don't gather together. But we gonna have to fight and really, you know what I mean, get down with it. Yes, sis, we're gonna have to come together. As I said, we're gonna have to separate. We're gonna have to do all of the above. You understand? Or else, guess what? What will fear make you do?
Compromise.
Give me an example. Who compromised? I got a report across my desk, as Captain Khan be saying. I get a report across my desk saying one of the big boys compromised. You all know who I'm talking about?
You talking about the rappers when they cooned out?
Yeah, that's one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Who again?
Besides our rappers, entertainers, I mean.
Yeah, but give me he was in the news, I think, yesterday. Nelly was last week.
Right, you told Snoop Dogg?
Oh boy, Snoop Doggy Dogg.
Snoop was the one running his mouth about Donald Trump, calling Donald Trump all types of racist and Donald Trump.
Yeah, let me. Anybody can Top One can pull that tape up with Snoop Dogg, right? Which lets you know the reason why he was talking about Donald Trump like that was because of what? Why was he talking about Donald Trump like that?
I believe it was because the Democrats were in office.
Yeah, that's it.
He was like, "Oh well, the big bad wolf is gone. Let me,
That's it.
We start talking junk."
Yes, that's it. Like he was on the part. These men are on the part of what? Money, and it's just like what Christ said. What did Christ say? Ye are of your father, the what?
The devil.
The devil. So you behave like our oppressor. And our oppressor is driven by what? By money. You understand? He is driven by money. Ain't nothing else driving him. Nothing else. You want to bring him to the table? What are you going to have to attack?
His pockets.
His pockets. You can't attack him nowhere. You're trying to attack him. You're trying to attack him on the streets with a, you know what I mean, a gun. To him, that cap's gun. Why? Because he have a grenade launcher.
Yep.
You understand? You pull out your grenade launcher, guess what? He gonna roll in the tank. You pull out that tank, guess what? he go roll in the F-16 on you. And before you know it, brother, you know what I mean, you laid out dead, your guts all over the street.
That's right.
You understand? And the fight done. The fight is done. That is not how you're going to fight this man. That's not how you're going to fight him. Right? Read on.
Come, the book of Matthew, chapter 16, and verse 3. And in the morning, it will be foul weather today, for the sky is red and lowering. Oh, ye hypocrites, ye can't discern the face of the sky, but can ye not discern the sign of the times?
Right, because now, so since you don't give yourself over to the oppressor, what is your next move right now? What's your next move right now? You give yourself over to the oppressor. Somebody thumping. You give yourself over to the oppressor, right? What is your move?
Hey, Durham,
right
put
now?
your mic on mute, Durham.
Yeah, Durham, we could hear you. You all having issues?
Con, sir.
Now we hearing you all clear. What issues you all having?
We just having an issue with the mic right now.
You loud and clear, brother.
Yeah, you're loud and clear. It just went so somebody mute you, but you loud and clear. All right. All right. So read that part one more time for me.
The book of Matthew, chapter 16, and verse 3. And in the morning, it will be foul weather today, for the sky is red and lowering. Oh, ye hypocrites, ye can discern the face of the sky, but can ye not discern the signs of the times?
All right. You can't discern the signs of the time we're in right now. You can't. You can't. You understand? And these purple, disgusting FAFOG or FAGGY. You all have nothing better to do. But don't worry. I had a button right here for you. Don't worry, Shabbat. I took care of that. You know what I mean? All right. Now, okay. At your work, right? Or I should say, okay, let me see. Martin Luther King, right? Before he hijacked the civil rights, what was the civil rights about?
What the civil rights started out of, besides the Rosa Parks and all that nonsense, it was like about it was fighting for equal jobs or something like that, I believe it was, or pay.
Yes. So in other words, and now what do they call what do some of these jobs have that fight for them, that make them put the tools down until
Yeah. So they have unions.
Unions. Unions.
Hold on, it's like it kept something's fuzzy. Like static's coming in. I don't know if it's feedback or
Somebody trying to stop this way.
yeah. That's not doing it.
No, I'm not hearing nothing. I'm not hearing. I'm hearing you clear. I hear
Okay.
myself clear.
Salaki say song in low. Yeah, your audio coming in low.
You're coming in really low.
I'm coming in low.
You I can hear you, but it's like really faint. It's not loud.
Now we can't hear you at all.
Now we can't hear you. Do a testing. We can't hear you at all now. Okay, come on. Nope.
Listen.
Gotcha. You can hear you now.
Okay, hold on, huh? Testing.
Hear you, Lima Charlie.
Song into Wabsa.
You hear me good now?
Come, we can hear you loud and clear.
Can.
Yeah, hey, white man technology for you there. All right. Where we at?
You was mentioning the you was mentioning the civil rights movement. Martin Luther King.
Yes, unions, right? Unions do what? What do they do? What do they attack?
They attack the pockets, the economics of the business.
Yeah. And guess what? Esau comes to where? He comes to the table. You understand? The problem is black people not acting like what? Like we're part of a union. And to get in this union, what needs to happen?
We have to organize first, and then you have to draw a line in this. The unions usually draw a line in the sand.
Yeah. And the union,
mm-hmm.
who could be part of the union? Like
you have to buy into it.
Anybody could be part of the union, right?
No.
Yeah, anybody could be part of the union.
Oh yeah, because you work for the business.
Yeah. Anybody could, once you work for that business, you can be part of the union.
Oh,
okay. Black, Chinese, whatever. It could be a Martian working for that business. You could sign up for that for to be in that union. I'm talking about this union black people have to be in. You understand? Right? Ain't no signing up. You just have to have what? The blood. But we gonna have to be what? One unit. Just like the union. Them cops on them. And the cops on them have a union?
The blue boys.
Yeah. And they stick together. Wrong or right. You might hear some cops coming out and speaking against it. But boy, they stick together.
Slug sir. That's heavy. They got a union for the police, the police officers. Then they got the little racist gang units in that. Then they have the fraternities. Then they have the Masons. It's like they got so many layers of protection and brotherhood and union type nonsense.
Yes,
the Klan, everything.
Yes, but when it comes to us, somehow it's it's not enacted. And why is that? Because of poor leadership.
That's right.
Poor leadership. Because here you had Martin Luther King coming in, and what would Martin Luther King do? Martin Luther King hijacked the civil rights to make it a movement about what?
Segregation.
Yeah, about segregation. Like if it wasn't better off segregated, right? Hijack it. Why? Because he went and sat at the table with who?
The devils.
Yes. Who was the president at the time?
Was it Lyndon? I mean, was it Johnson or was it
I think go ahead. I think Yahanna, go ahead.
It was Kennedy, sir.
Kennedy?
He was dead.
The first was Eisenhower. Eisenhower in 55.
Uh-huh.
And then it was Kennedy.
Yes. Right? He sat at the table with them and they somehow came up with a plan that now this march going to be about what? Integration. And now we done integrated what? Money. And that's about it. Nothing else. And now you here come Donald Trump. Donald Trump came and did what? With just a ink pen act. He came and destroyed that whole civil rights movement. Destroyed it. Right? You all heard about the whole fast, I think it's FAFSA.
Yep, the whole he put a halt to that federal aid.
Yeah.
No more FAFSA. That's heavy cap. Jerry YAHANNA said that like 4 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
He was talking about the Zephaniah 2:1, and then they were threatening about the affirmative action. Before that even happened, he was talking about how things are going to start happening. It's going to push you into the black colleges and coming back to your own people. Starting with school systems, they take that federal aid from you and student loans, federal student loans. What the hell you going to do?
Yeah, what are you going to do? you will have no choice but to go and learn a trade to help your people. Come on.
But also, you got to consider the fact that all of those loans pertaining to student loans is still owed to those banks.
Yes.
They still have to pay that money back.
Yes.
So how are they going to do that?
They're going to have to find it or to go to jail. You mean? Or to come and seize your assets. They're going to find a way to get that money back.
That's right.
They're going to find a way to get that money back. What we're going to have to recognize is that these leaders, you know what I mean, don't work hand in hand with the oppressor, with the Democrats or with the Republicans, right? And you saw what happened to Snoop Dogg, right? What followed after him performing for Donald Trump? What happened to him after? What happened to Snoop Dogg after?
He got the people was trying to call him a hypocrite. So the people were like, Snoop, man, like, what are you doing? We remember you went so hard at Trump. Now you up there, you know, DJing and just buck dancing for Trump.
Yeah. Hold on. Let me see if I get it for you. Let's see if I get Coon. This Coon. All right. All you talk about gangster this, gangster that. You know what I mean? Look like youngsters could be bought. All right. And then somebody go to I believe it's First Maccabees 1 and I think 11. Let's start there. All right. Where somebody read that headline there for me. Y'all can see it?
There it is.
Mm-hmm.
Sir, I got it.
Go ahead.
This is the book of First Maccabees, chapter 1 and verse 11.
Right, before you read that, somebody read this here for me.
Come on, sir, I got it.
Come on.
Says Snoop Dogg loses 500,000 social media followers after performing at Trump crypto ball. Famed rapper Snoop Dogg lost more than 500,000 followers on Instagram and nearly 20,000 on assume that's TikTok
X.
Twitter. Slovakia. After his appearance at the crypto ball, a celebratory event tied to Donald Trump's inauguration.
All right. Go ahead.
The Gin and Juice singer's Instagram dropped by 571,800 and 17,177 on X as fans accused Snoop of hypocrisy due to his past criticism of Trump. Snoop Dogg, who boasted 88.1 million followers on Instagram as of Monday, isn't the only A-list celebrity to have followers abandon him in droves over perceived support for the Republican president.
Right. Yeah, we're gonna call. We know what the support is. The support is all about what? Money. You understand? And until you have black leaders who cannot be bought, you know what I mean? Black people will forever be in this cycle called what? Hell, called slavery. Thank the Lord for Commander YAHANNA and the I.S.U.P.K. Act.
That's right.
Understand? Now you have black men growing up and learning that integrity means more than money.
That's right.
You understand? You have black sisters growing up. You know what I mean? Learning that what? Integrity means more than money. Integrity is everything. You understand? Your culture means everything. What you do affect your culture. What I do affect my culture. You understand? It don't just affect me. If I go rob a bank, that I'm not just affecting me. I'm affecting black people on the whole. I'm giving them a bad what? Reputation. You understand? And black people do not understand that because the oppressor has taught us to be individuals. That's why Snoop Dogg take the bag. Because why? He has bills. So guess what? He don't care about me and you. He has bills. And the Democrat or the Republican, either one come with a big bag, he's taking it. Why? Because he has no integrity. None whatsoever. None of your entertainers. Come on. Go ahead and go. You could read the answer.
This is the book of First Maccabees, chapter 1 and verse 11. In those days went there out of Israel wicked men who persuaded many, saying,
They were what? That came out of Israel?
Wicked men.
Wicked men. Right? Wicked men. Men that America puts in front of you to show you these who you're supposed to be trying to be like, right? These are what you'll call what? Wicked men. And the Bible, the Lord is trying to tell you what? Read one more time.
In those days went there out of Israel wicked men who persuaded many, saying, let us go and make a covenant with the heathen.
Now that is what they're saying. Right now, black people are in a state of what? What do you think they're in a state of?
I would say fear, sir.
Well, fear, but what we just read. Black people are in a state of doing what? Trying to make a covenant with the oppressor. That's where we are. And not just black people, but who? Some of us, like who? Snoop Dogg. Trying to make a covenant with him. Why? Because you don't want to be dealt with like who? Like the immigrants. So you're going to find a way around all of this. And black people think that there's some laws that somehow just going to pop up and the oppressor is just going to start following it. How do you think he got America? He got America by following rules and laws, agreements. Somebody's going to say something? Right?
Salakia, sir. I was going to say America got it by bloodshed.
By bloodshed, yes. Which means they had to do what? They lied to the Native Indians and unalived the Native Indians for their land. Right. What do you think? All of a sudden they will start following their own laws? They have laws in their Congress saying what? They can't give what? Financial aid to countries that are not following certain rules. Right? But there are countries that ain't following certain rules, but they gain money. Why? Because they don't care about rules, Ak. Who's supposed to follow rules? Who has to follow rules?
Slaves.
Yeah, the slaves. Rules are for slaves according to the oppressor. Right? According to the oppressor, rules are for slaves. Laws are for slaves. We follow it. They don't. Donald Trump had how many felonies?
34.
Now let's say Donald Trump didn't have the money. He had, and he had to go out and get a regular lawyer. What do you think would have happened? What do you think would happen to Donald Trump?
He'd been in jail.
Yeah, he would have been in jail. So why in the hell I'm rich? I need to follow what? Laws? No. They have laws, the rules on housing. You understand? Like you go rent an apartment, there are rules set up on your landlord renting your apartment. They're breaking rules, Zach.
Right.
They let an AI design or tell you how much you're gonna pay. They're collaborating. You're breaking rules. Anybody gonna go to jail? Anybody went to jail? You understand?
Salakia, sir.
Come on.
And just on point on topic now. You know, he is the greatest illegal immigrant in the earth.
Mm-hmm.
The greatest illegal immigrant in the earth. Going
Yes.
to everybody land and just coming up with anything that he decide to. And this is why now he could come out and make this statement bold, because now, as you say, pride is what will make him fall.
That's
Yes.
it. That is it. That is it. Because brother, he pushes what? Freedom of speech, right? That's a big push. Freedom of speech. Is there anything such freedom of speech here in America? No. You getting censored if you don't agree with what? With the government, with America. You don't agree with the agenda, you getting censored. So how the hell is freedom of speech? And you censoring the speech? You're trying to censor these schools? So now the schools can't teach certain curriculum. Why? Because there ain't no such thing as freedom of speech. None whatsoever. Right? Read on.
For since we departed from them, we have had much sorrow.
Since we have departed from them, we have what?
Much sorrow.
So who has had much sorrow in this place?
The Black Latino, the Americans.
There, but who? Who in the Black Latinos and First Nation people? Who?
Poor.
The poor. Yes. When these rich men do what they do, guess what? Guess who suffer? We suffer. The poor suffer. They don't suffer. You think he's losing 500,000 followers? You think he's suffering? No, he ain't. Because guess why? He gonna get 1 million more oppressors to follow him. That's what they ain't telling you. You understand? That's what they ain't telling you. You think that paying him? Donald Trump paying him. Right? Read on.
Verse 12. So the device pleased them well.
So what?
The device pleased them well.
Like your black leaders are. Like that preacher that went up for the inauguration. Their device is for what?
Salakia, sir.
Come on.
It's to suck you in.
It's to suck you in, but their device, meaning your black leadership, what's their device? To do what? What's the end goal of their device?
The Christian church is their device.
The end goal is to get you to love the oppressor, to follow him.
Yeah, but okay, do they really care if you follow him? What do they care?
No, they care about the money, and they care about they care about
You said it.
the money, the financial gain they get from it. They don't care
Yeah,
about
they don't care about. If they care about the people, then they wouldn't be doing what they're doing. They care about money. So they will tell you every and anything you want to hear. You understand? Like that's your leaders. They'll tell you whatever you want to hear for money. TD Jakes, Creflo Dollar, L. Sharpton. They'll tell you anything you want to hear. What about the new one on the block, Benjamin Crump? Tell you everything you want to hear. I don't know if you all remember, there was an unaliving by cops on a black brother. He was leaving out his garage, and I think I don't know if it's the DEA or the CIA or FBI. There's a bunch of them police circle him and unalived him. Benjamin Crump was with the family, right? Represented the family. And they came to an agreement that nothing will be said about it, about what took place, and they will be given compensation to shut their mouth. You understand? That's why you never heard anything about it. Because you have black leaders who will go in and tell you, we can't win, but I know what we could win. I know what we could get. Get this. I will take this deal because he will want you to have this money. He can't use it, but you for sure could use it. Did he leave you with anything? But now he start devising a plan. You understand? What the Bible say about going to counsel with a coward? Right? Yanazar, read it from continue reading.
Verse 13. Then certain of the people were so forward herein that they went to the king, who gave them license to do after the ordinances of the heathen.
So they went to who?
They went to the man, the king.
To do what?
To get approval.
Is there any difference of that happening today? That's the same thing that's happening today. Your preachers, the reason why you stand and you salute that flag is because of your preachers. You understand? They do the exact same thing today. Some of them will tell you what? Told you to go vote for who? Biden. Some told you to go vote for what? For Trump. They're doing the same thing today, Ag. Same exact thing. And they're doing this. Why are they going to the king and asking him? Why are they doing it? What's the reason behind it? Come on.
Because they know, just like you said, they can't win. So they try to get what they can from the king and submit to whatever the king wants to put. They compromise the whole nation.
I'll take that. What else? I'll take that. Why are they going to the king? We know it's for money. Right? But it's also to make what? The king what? Not feel uncomfortable with who? With them.
Right.
Master, I will do it. You ever hear brothers come up and say, you all shouldn't be speaking like that? Because when I go look for a job, when they see me, they'll be hearing you. You understand? If you ain't hear that before, you're going to hear it sometime in the future. I'm telling you.
Salakia, sir.
Come on.
You know what comes to mind is that that meme, that gift is flying around with John Amos and Roots. He said, "Toby be good nigga for massa," and the massa's tapping him on top of his head like, you know, in approval. That's what I think about when I think of these, you know, these traitors of Israel. Salakia.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Also, like your leaders trying to save what? Their face is no different than what did the Sadducees, the chief priests, and them say. They say if we don't unalive this man, the Romans are going to come in and do what? Take whatever they have away. You understand? Right now, you're going to see a division taking place. A division. And what division you're going to see taking place? What division you're going to see taking place? And Snoop Dogg was just the beginning. What's the division you're going to see taking place?
Salaam, sir.
Come on.
Could it be the wealthy or rich blacks against blacks and Hispanics against the poor?
That's it. You're going to see it taking place. You're going to see poor people pull away from which black or Hispanics. You're going to see that pull, that seat. And I pray it happen faster. Where we don't, I mean, where the young boys don't look up to Snoop Dogg as being a role model.
Right.
To Jay-Z as being a role model. I can't say P. Diddy no more. Ain't nobody looking up to him. You know what I mean? Just imagine you have a saying after you, which means you have to be the most evilest person on the planet. No Diddy. You understand? I prayed it happened quick so black people could recognize that these leaders never liked them and pretended to. These leaders, come on.
That way saying they real heavy because right now that actually happening right here in Trinidad because what's going to take place right now, you know, is election now. Right, is an election here, and they'll know Trinidad have a state of emergency right now, right? And you know all the guns out on the streets right now.
Yeah.
Remember now is the poor, you know, get to youth.
Yes.
Who having these guns on them. But remember now who in control, as we say, the politicians and them who having. So for them now to be on the ground and know that, you know, these men and them not siding with them, they will have a fear to actually go in any community right now. So their whole job now is really to try to clean up, you know, that community from where they let come in, these drugs and guns come in the community. So that actually taking place right now, just as you say, sir.
Boy, I'm telling you. And black people want to start to wake up. And you know what I mean? And the thing with the oppressor, what he doesn't understand, or he does understand it and he just don't care. He has no choice. But the more he try to oppress black people, the more the Lord comes at his people. You understand? The more. They push abortion for years on black people. Now they're trying to get to stop, to what? Reverse it. Now you think the oppressor care about babies? You think he cares about babies? Who babies he care about?
He don't care about his own.
Yeah, so if he cares about his own babies, guess what? The rules he is making is for who? The laws he is enacting is for who?
For his people, his children's future.
Yes, his children. For his future. You're correct. But black people get caught up into thinking what? That he's trying to what? Stop us. You're dumb. He's trying to stop his people from doing it. Come on.
So, like I said, if I may, I have a scripture.
Come on.
This is the book of the Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 19, and verse 22. For in all things, O Lord, thou didst magnify thy people and glorify them. Neither did thou lightly regard them, but thou didst assist them in every time, in every place.
That's it. Like he sat back and watched us abort babies by the tune of what, 400,000 a year or more, and there was no laws put in place for it. All of a sudden, laws put in place for abortion, and now you're going to send it back to the state to decide. Now, if it's saying I'm being some, yeah, I mean, I again, there's some nigger conspiracy talk. Then what about the opioids? What the drugs? Remember, there was a war on drugs. What's the dude name? John, what's his name? El Krish.
You talk about the war on drugs guy?
Yeah. Hold on. Let me find him.
Ehrlichman?
Yep, that's him.
Ehrlichman,
I'll pick you up.
President Nixon's aide.
Yep, that's him.
It was Brian Ehrlichman or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Hold on. I'm gonna put it in the chat. Somebody read it for me. Who behind the computer?
It's like, sir. Oh, is it that one, sir?
Type of one. I just put something in the chat there. Read that for me.
John Ehrlichman.
It's like, sir. This is a quote. You want to know what this was really all about? He acts with the bluntness of a man who, after a public disgrace and a stretch in federal prison.
Hold on. Let me get a picture of this creature.
Okay.
Let me get a picture, pull up of this creature. These are the kind of men making quotes like this. Come on.
You want to know what this was really all about? He acts with the bluntness of a man who, after public disgrace and a stretch in federal prison, had little left to protect. The Nixon campaign in 1968 and the Nixon White House after that had two enemies: the anti-war left and black people.
And who?
And black people.
And black people. And this is what Hispanics don't understand. Hispanic think they ain't black people. But the oppressor look at them as what? Black people. The First Nation, he looks at them as being black people. You don't say it, but guess what? We know it. Why? Because we all get treated the same. Read on.
Come. You understand what I'm saying? We knew we couldn't make it illegal to be either against the war or black.
Mm-hmm.
But by getting the public to associate the hippies with marijuana and blacks with heroin, and then it's like it cuts off there, sir.
Yeah. Hold on. Yeah, that the oppressor with the technology again. Don't worry.
Okay.
We're gonna find ways around it like we always do.
Come. Salaki, sir.
Come on.
Well, by getting the public to associate the hippies with marijuana and blacks with heroin, and then criminalizing both heavily, we could disrupt those communities. We could arrest their leaders, raid their homes, break up their meetings, and vilify them night after night on the evening news.
And what?
And vilify them night after night on the evening news.
You understand? You think this is, these devils ain't sitting down and planning every movement. They've been planning to do everything they're doing here. I don't care which president went in. This was already in the plan. You understand? America is just formal for them to have a face of a president. That's just some formal for us to see. For us to see that they're doing what? Practicing what?
Democracy.
But they're not practicing democracy. All right? When we say the oppressor is the devil the Bible speaks of, understand what we're telling you is the truth. What we're telling you is the pure, undiluted truth. His war had nothing to do with the war on drugs. It had to do with the war on what? Black men. Only hell. Come on.
That's heavy too, because it said disrupt their meetings. Even in all that, black folks are still, you don't get 100% coon. It's still some brothers who don't like what they see.
Yeah.
And want to change in the community and disrupt their meetings. That tell you COINTELPRO still going on now.
Yes.
60s. They send these cats in these little groups. What meetings? How the hell you know they're having meetings? You have people in the hood, snitches, rats, COINTELPRO, working for the CIA, all up in the mix, giving reports. Oh, you know they plan on doing this. The Israelites that, or this black group this. It's crazy.
Yeah.
And that's how you know our parents grew up saying nonsense, and especially over, you don't hang around on blacks, they this, they steal, they that. That's not what really was happening. That was the news putting that nonsense out.
Yes.
That was purposely done. And people still say that stuff today. Like it's like it's embedded in them to think that when crime is done, it's blacks. That's the news media who said. He just said it.
Yeah. Ask Sawap or Abadawan or Akashka. What they see, what shows, the movies they be pushing on the island. You understand? If you were never in America, you born on the island, and the shows and what you've seen about black men across here, you would think they're worthless. You would think you will ask yourself, like, what's the issue? There any land where I will die to try to be in? Brother, little do you know, you will not ever want to live here unless it's with brothers in this UPK. You will not even want to stay here because of oppression. It's right up there, coming from the island. Knowing that you could just get up, just go about life and not even see an oppressor. You think because of everything you see on the news, it's one, black people is the problem. Two, America is just place, this nice place. This place where we'll want to, live and get rich. Little do you know, you'll have to get on two knees to get rich. You understand? Little do you know, you'll have to give up your integrity to get rich in this place. You'll have to give it up. You'll have to. You'll have to look at putting on a dress as just, we just having, it's just a joke. It's just fun. It's just it's just funny. It's funny to put on a dress. Ask Medea. That dude is a billionaire right now, Ark. A billionaire playing a old black woman. Anyhow, Yanis, you had finished reading that for me?
Sir.
Okay, go to 2 Kings. 2 Kings 24.
Hey, Salaki, sir.
Come on.
Yeah, that brother there is a prime example of gaining the world and losing the soul.
Mm-hmm. Yes. You talking about Snoop Dogg?
No, the billionaire who wear the dress.
Oh, yes. Yep. That is it. Gain the whole world and lose your soul. You're right. And so many of us. Why? Because we look up at these entertainers, not knowing what the hell they're doing to get money. All you know, you're seeing rich men and rich women, and you want to be just like them until you find out what they're doing behind closed doors. Come on.
As soon as I can, I'm going to want a breakdown.
Come on.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you're waiting on another scripture. No?
No, yeah, don't worry about that. We'll get to that one.
Isaiah 19:23 to 25.
Isaiah what?
19:23 to 25.
19. Right. When it get, let me pull it with you. And Tabo, if any questions in the chat, let me know, right? Isaiah what? 19. Say one more time for me. About that one.
Isaiah 19:23 to 25. Book of Isaiah, chapter 19, verse 23. In that day shall there be a highway out of Egypt to Syria, and the Assyrian shall come into Egypt, and the Egyptian into Assyria, and the Egyptian shall serve with the Assyrians. 24.
Yeah. Let me see if I can recall it. Come on.
In verse 24, in that day shall Israel be the third with Egypt and with Assyria, even a blessing in the midst of the land.
I'm gonna to get this one for thing about that one just because of time.
Okay.
I can't recall this one.
Slag, sir.
Come on.
There was a question in the chat. I'm not sure because I was had to step out. I'm not sure if you already addressed it. I wanted a breakdown of Mark 11 to 25.
Mark 11 and 25. Hold on, eh?
Come on.
Get a pen. How about that one? Just text me that question you have, right? I'm gonna try and get that squared away. All right. What's the next one? Mark
chapter 11, verse 25 through 26.
Okay.
I.S.U.P. said, if I may, my Lord, may I have a breakdown of Mark 11 and 25 through 26.
All right. I'm gonna try my best. Mark 11 and 25, right?
Come on, sir.
Go ahead.
I'll read it, sir.
Go ahead.
This is the book of Mark, chapter 11, and verse 25. And when ye stand praying, forgive if ye have aught against any, that your Father also, which is in heaven, may forgive you your trespasses.
Yeah, hold on. You'll understand what it's saying?
Oh, okay.
What's that saying?
If you're asking the Most High for forgiveness, you should think about the people you need to forgive.
Say that one more time.
So if you're praying to the Most High for forgiveness, you should be prepared to forgive your brother.
Yes. Or else, why are you asking? Right? Why are you asking? That's why. Give me 1 minute. Yeah. Yeah, no sweat. You good? All right. I know. You all hearing me? Oh man, my computer jamming up in my ear.
But you're frozen.
Can't just freeze up, sir.
It's a warm now,
Yeah.
sir.
Yeah, I don't see myself on the screen. Hold on. Give me 1 minute. Give me 1 minute, right? I'll come back in.
Oh, cancer.
Hold on. You can hear me now? Freezing up bad. I'm gonna try to work with that for now. All right, where we at?
Mark 11 and 26, sir.
Right. Read one more time.
All right, okay. This is 25, sir. And when ye stand praying, forgive if you have aught against any, that your Father also, which is in heaven, may forgive you your trespass.
Yes, and Christ is trying to remind us of what? You know, so much of us, we want to hold on to things when we're going to have to what? Forgive that brother or that sister. You understand? Forgive them. You understand? If you want things to, if things ain't worked out between you and that sister, you and that brother, then what should you do? You go to here and there alone. It ain't work out. What should you all do?
Counsel, sir.
Yes, go to counsel. Go to counsel. Once that judgment come down, you forgive that brother. Forgive that sister. Why? Because the time you put that phone down, you might have to go ask the Lord for what? You might have to go ask the Lord for
forgiveness, sir.
Forgiveness. Think about that. You know, some of your sisters like to hold on to grudge, to emotions. You get hurt. So now guess what? That judgment was too light for you. You still want justice. But guess who wants justice for when you sin? Most High. You understand? Most High. Christ is that you need to know. Don't be a what?
Hypocrite.
Don't be a hypocrite. You understand? Don't be a hypocrite. Read on.
Verse 26. But if ye do not forgive, neither will your Father which is in heaven forgive your trespass.
Yeah, the Lord ain't gonna forgive you, Aquath. That's why in here, what do we say in here about brothers and sisters? We what? What do we say in here about brothers and sisters? We what? I hear a pin drop. What we doing here, Ak?
Salaki, sir.
Come on.
Would that be the pin of forgiveness you heard?
No. What do we do in the UPK?
Forgive.
We forgive.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Somebody say, brotherhood.
Yes, sir.
Well, yes, Abadawan. I'm looking for the word love. We love each other in here.
Oh.
We love each other in here. You understand? We love each other in here. That's why if a brother offend you or sister offend you, we go to here and there alone. You understand? We don't gossip. We don't practice that in here. You have a brother, he pissed off another brother, and he chooses to come to you and gossip about that brother. You should be questioning yourself. You should be questioning yourself. You understand? You should go look in that mirror and make sure you're not wearing a dress. You understand? You should be questioning yourself. We don't gossip in here. And sisters, we don't do that too. I know you all think being a sister might give you the excuse to gossip, but ain't no excuse to gossip in here. You go talk to that sister or that brother that offend you, that you're offended by. We're going to fix it and we're going to love each other. All right, so guess what? Somebody looking down from the sky that you look up to and pray every day to. All right? And this is a good lineup for I think it's Proverbs 1:28. All right? Like when you're in your calamity, the Lord, he ain't gonna hear your prayer. He ain't gonna hear, Lord, forgive me for what I did to that brother or that sister. No. Did you forgive the brother for what he did to you, what the sister did to you? Or no? Okay, no sweat. Then guess what? The Lord will be laughing at you in your calamity. Laughing at you. Right? Who have it in Proverbs 1 and 28?
I got it, sir.
Go ahead.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 1 and verse 28. Then shall they call upon me, but I will not answer.
But he will what?
I will not answer.
Lord, I want to hear. He's not going to answer. You can't forgive that sister or that brother after you went to counsel, or after you all talk about it and say, yeah, I'm sorry for offending you, brother. He's like, yeah, I understand. You'll shake on it. You understand? You'll dap, you know what I mean? Right? But then you leave off. And it's like, this mother effer think, you know what I mean? Nah, who the hell he think he is? Ain't no sweat. Same Lord you praying to, the same Lord he praying to too. Right? Read on.
They shall seek me early, but they shall not find me.
You ain't gonna find him on that day. On that day when you really need him, you're not going to find him. And you're going to remember you didn't forgive your brother or your sister. He's gonna remind you on that day. All of a sudden, that selective memory I have gonna be right back brand new. You remember? Read.
Verse 29. For that they hated knowledge.
They hated what?
They hated knowledge.
And Christ trying to what? Give you knowledge. He's trying to tell you, you better not go pray to the Lord for forgiveness. If you can't forgive your brother, that's wisdom. That's knowledge you're trying to spit to you. Read on.
They hated knowledge and did not choose the fear of the Lord.
And you didn't choose the fear of the Lord. The Lord tell you to do what? What did Christ say? These two hang all the laws. What did he say? To what? Love thy brother as yourself. And what? What's the other one?
You should love the Lord thy God
with all your heart.
With your heart.
You understand? And Christ trying to show you how to do it. Because he came here to show us how to do it. All right. Tab one, any more?
Salaki, so let me see. I believe. So that's it, sir.
That's it,
right? Salaki, the questions online. Sir.
Okay. So now I'll say this something, man. Let me say progress. Focus on it. I'm gonna send you this. Right? Read this here for me too, right?
Okay.
Who could get the book of Kings for me? Kings 1, 1 Kings 24, chapter 24. I'm sending the right, this is from the traitors of all traitors. The one that have a statue in the rotunda or rotundra, we call it, at the White House. Your picture to be up in there in that White House, trust man, you had to be the biggest traitor of all, of all. You understand?
Come.
Judas could, could at least say somebody worse than me. You understand? Somebody is like me, basically. All right. So read this.
Sir. You want to put it on the screen?
You could.
I
know the ad, them ads.
Sir. Let me just zoom in just a little bit. Okay. This is a quote from Martin Luther King Jr. It says, Salakia, we have fought hard and long for integration, as I believe we should have, and I know that we will win. But I've come to believe we're integrating into a burning house.
We what?
We're integrating into a burning house.
He just realized that after all them years. Right, read on.
Come. I'm afraid that America may be losing what moral vision she may have had. And I'm afraid that even as we integrate, we are walking into a place that does not understand that this nation needs to be deeply concerned with the plight of the poor and disenfranchised.
And that is it. You ever see a house burning, like it burning down? You ever hear about somebody again losing their life in a fire? I can imagine how horrible that is. But just imagine somebody who seeing a burning house and walking into it.
And
saying it's safe. Come on.
So like, so if I could, you bringing out this quote is actually it's very heavy, because a lot of brothers will try to, not in the school or in the truth, brothers will try to use this quote to say, yeah, man, MLK, he realized the error of his ways before he died. Nah, there's more to the quote. After the burning house, this Negro is saying, I'm afraid that America is losing its moral vision. He, like this cat right here he was born like in like the 20s, but he was like a slave. Like he really believed that America was with him, and we have to do the right thing so America can be great. You know what I'm saying? I would imagine, I don't know if he would, but this seems like the kind of person that might vote for Trump. You know what I'm saying? He really believes in the American way. America's moral vision was never lost. It never existed. Salakia.
That's it. It was never there. Was never there. But you listen to his speech, and you're gonna think, well, he dropping something heavy. He dropping something heavy. When we could tell you that, why you think he had the civil rights? Why you think he had a march for civil rights? You have to march for civil rights because you're dealing with a bunch of animals, a bunch of people who don't have care for nobody but their own selves.
So like, sir,
come on.
So like, so if I could, it's just such a heavy point. And I'll just real quick. It's just like, this is such a, like the epitome of a coon. It's like, you just, no matter what they show you, this is the same dude that was getting hit upside his head with all kind of rocks and bricks. You know what I'm saying? Being put in jail for all kind of things, all kind of stuff. And just still believing in the goodness of the hearts, you know what I'm saying, of his oppressor. And it's like the same thing going on with Donald Trump right now. Like what we see in I.S.U.P.K, this doesn't surprise us. You know what I'm saying? Donald Trump is a hypocrite. You know what I mean? Like this dude's grandfather was born in Germany. His father is an American citizen by way of birth. You know what I mean? That's how Donald Trump is an American citizen, because he was born here, not for any other reason. His grandfather was born in Germany.
Yeah.
But he doesn't care about the facts or the truth or being fair. He just knows that he's what he is, and whoever is his enemy or who he doesn't like, which would be, our brothers, the so-called Mexicans, our Isupk brothers, Native American Indians, Hispanics, blacks, so on, we're his enemy. And that's all they care about. But Martin Luther King was such a coon, they thought it was about being fair. Salakia.
Yeah. Come on.
Also, like the nerve of Martin Luther King to talk about morals.
That
don't even make no damn sense.
Yeah. That's what I get into. You're right. Like he talking about morals, but you making sex tape at the Watergate.
Salakia, sir.
Come on.
You know what the brother was saying a while ago. What's his name again?
Taba
One.
YAHANNA's
No, the one before Taba One. The brother before Taba. Ouch. Talking about the immigration.
What is it Kowal?
I think it's Kowal. Was saying Trump's grandfather is a German.
Yeah, that is Taba One. Go ahead.
Oh, that's Taba One. You know what I'm saying? The brother, what he's saying is so heavy because Trump's wife is a first citizen migrant.
Yeah.
And I think the last time he was in power, his wife brought her parents over. So he's married into a family of immigrants.
Yep. And now you're seeing what's taking place. This here is an attack on black people.
Yeah,
That's
they're
right.
just
That's
downright evil.
And First Nation people.
That's right.
This here's our attack. And this bastard right here, right? A blind man could have seen this coming. But this bastard right here was in love with who?
White women.
With white women. with white women. You understand?
Okay.
This ain't no shock to him. He knew who they were. You born in the 20s, and you telling me you don't have a clue what Esau is all about? So what happened to the other 200 years? So you just wipe that clean. You're in the 20s and you wiping 200 years clean of this oppressor and thinking that he is just going to wake up and a switch is going to go off in his head. I can't be racist to these black people. You are dummy. Or you love white women. Which one? Come on.
I just have a quick question, if I could. You know what I'm saying? Because we got, yourself and so many brothers, saying, from the Caribbean. Like, I was curious, like, are in the schools down there, are they taught? Are y'all taught about like Martin Luther King like that? Like, do they make him like a big deal in schools down there?
Okay, when I came up, they make mention of him, but it wasn't like, I really knew about him when I came out here. I don't know how it is right now on the island. So what?
Not in Jamaica. Not.
Yes. The only time things like that would come up. Let me say probably around where we'd have some like emancipation around them time where black people really have, let me say, the holiday now to come together. That is basically the only time you hear mention names like Martin Luther. Other than that,
you don't really hear about him like that, right?
Nah, and to the point, again, this is why, everything that we say here and we telling, as we reminding brothers and sisters, the importance of really coming to class, because again, Commanding General YAHANNA said it and all. This history should have be taught within the black community, and the awareness should have be so to heighten to the point that anything that come about, especially with our oppressor, we should have done have the awareness. This is the mindset of him, and because of Christianity and religion, this is why now again your only hope to really find truth, and we say biblical, let me say history on a whole, is in this school, and these gates, as you say, these doors are open 24/7 for brothers and sisters to come through.
That's right. That's right there. Right. Tab 1, read a little bit again.
Come on, sir. I'm afraid that America may be losing what moral vision she may have had. And I'm afraid that even as we integrate, we are walking into a place that does not understand that this nation needs to be deeply concerned with the plight of the poor and disenfranchised. Until we commit ourselves to ensuring that the underclass is given justice and opportunity, we will continue to perpetuate the anger and violence that tears at the soul of this nation.
Who does this song like? He sound like a what? Like a politician.
Con out of one con.
You understand? And I'll go as far as saying he sound like a white politician. Because how in the hell are you going to be telling me that America had any moral issue? Didn't have a moral issue? You're crazy. You're in the 1920s and black and not seeing any moral issues with America? You're not seeing it? No.
A disgrace.
Yeah. Now we're waiting to see what it is Donald Trump done let out the bag. Let's see how much of a black leader he was.
Mm.
You understand?
Okay.
Let's see how much of a black leader he was for black people. Now go to let's go to 2 Kings 24. And for time's sake, start at 13. All right. So what we're going into right now is when we were under, I believe it is the king of Babylon, Nebuchadnezzar. All right. He still let us have our leaders, but our leaders basically was under his rule. So basically we were all under who? Nebuchadnezzar's rule. Right? Read verse 13.
Come. It's the book of 2 Kings, chapter 24, verse 13.
Mm-hmm.
And he carried out thence all the treasures of the house of the Lord,
mm-hmm.
and the treasures of the king's house, and cut in pieces all the vessels of gold which Solomon, king of Israel, had made in the temple of the Lord, as the Lord had said.
Right, and that's just sure black people really don't understand who the Lord is. The Lord ain't your friend. The Lord is your father, and he will deal with you like a father. You disobey your father, brother. You know what I mean? The hammer coming down. You understand? He laid certain things down, and you disobey him, or the discipline coming. You understand? You start preparing yourself for affliction before you get in the house, knowing that you disobey your father. Well, the Lord, same way. He tell you don't do something, you do it. He ain't gonna be mommy. He's not going to treat you like mommy. You can imagine your temple, your houses being spoils of war. They're taking everything, they're cleaning out your temple, they're taking everything from you. That's how angry the Lord was with us. These heathens are allowed to come in and take all of that away from us. Read on.
Verse 14.
Mm-hmm.
And he carried away all Jerusalem, and all the princes, and all the mighty men of
and all the what?
And all the mighty men,
mm-hmm.
and all the princes, and all the mighty men of valor,
mm-hmm.
even 10,000 captives, and all the craftsmen and smiths, none remain, save the poorest sort of the people of the land.
What is that telling you? What is that telling you pertaining to today? What is that telling you? Remember what I said earlier about the poor and the rich. What did I say about the poor and the rich? There's a gulf that's going to be taking place. It's there, but it's going to be bigger. It's coming. Right? The people who Donald Trump is attacking, his government is attacking. Who is he attacking?
Poor. The poor people.
The poor people. The poor. So guess what? What you think your rich people are going to say? Your craftsmen going to say? Are they saying anything? He's taking them what? Captive. They're not going to say anything. Snoop Dogg was not supposed to perform for him, man. Okay, what? He could have dropped $1 billion. Snoop Dogg was supposed to say, no, I'm not performing for you with the way you are treating my Hispanic brothers. I'm not doing it. But guess what? Read that part one more time. Verse 14.
Con. And he carried away all Jerusalem and all the princes. And
All the what? All the princes, all the rich. All the rich. Read on. Your Jay-Z's, your Oprahs. Read on.
And all the mighty men of valor.
All the mighty men of valor. What's the mighty men of valor? In tights or in some shorts, bouncing a ball. And crying if they didn't win a trophy. Crying for a trophy and a ring. That's where we resort big grown men of valor to. Big boo-hooing on national television in tights and in short pants or in the military. Read on.
Even 10,000 captives and all the craftsmen and smiths.
That's who he wants. They're going to have to turn down the bag too. They're going to have to do it. Oh, else, guess what? What's going to happen? Read on.
None remain, save the poorest sort of the people of the land.
What are you going to do? Read on.
Verse 15. And he carried away Jehoiakim to Babylon, and the king's mother, and the king's wives,
right,
and his officers,
right.
And
so now we're just going into what? The king. But he already told you what? He took what? He took what you call what do the oppressor call that class? What class he call that? Come on.
Slakia, the rich class?
Not just the rich class. Come on.
Slakia said the elite.
The court. For time's sake, the middle class. Right, the middle class. Middle class, the ones who what? Who is being what? Productive for him. You understand? Like for real, poor people wasn't done with who? Martin Luther King movement. It was not. They weren't. All they wanted was to get the same pay the oppressor was getting. But he hijacked it with these oppressors and made it what? Some civil rights movement about racism. Brother, you go look it up right now. Go type in your Google machine. Go type in on your AI and see what it says. See what it's saying about Martin Luther King and his movement, about the civil rights movement. That is what you call brainwashing, right? And it's something that came up in I just recollect when they painted the pictures of the disciples and Christ white. What did they call that? What period they call that?
The Renaissance.
Say it one more time.
The Renaissance.
Oh, what you think you're going through right now in America? What are you trying to do? That's it.
Make America great again.
They're trying to do a renaissance the American way out. You understand? They're trying to make you black. Oh boy, you're gonna have to show the oppressor that you're not like who? You're not like them poor brothers. Them brothers from the ghetto, you're not like them. I'm better than them. I'm willing to serve you, Massa. You need me to go shout at them and tell them they should go back to school. They should listen to whatever the cop tell them to do. They should lace the boots up. They should stop crying, stop blaming the white man for your problems. You want me to go do it? I'll go do it, master. Or you want me to sing? Or I sing, master. That's the period you're in. And the only way you're going to combat that, is unity. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Is unity. Under Commander YAHANNA, under the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. You're going to have to come in here. You're going to have to come in here where this union only allows Blacks, Hispanics, and First Nation people. This union only allows you to come in here by way of blood. You understand? We don't vote. We don't fear the oppressor. We fear the Lord. So we do what the Lord said to do. You understand? We follow his commandments. All right? I know we up on the time. Any more questions? You all good? Are you all good to go?
Nothing online, sir.
Oh, let's see. I think we got it there. Oh. Yeah, I think that was it. Yeah, I think that was it. You know what I mean? As I say, you all could go put in on your in your Google machine, right? What Martin Luther King said, and you'll see what they're saying. You see how that's totally whitewashed. You're not getting the real history. For you to get that real history on Black people, they're going to have to start to come into the UPK. Everywhere else is just going to teach you what the oppressor wants to teach you. They want to teach you about Martin Luther King and make him look like he was a hero. And he was not. They're going to tell you, be like Snoop Dogg. Be like what was this? What was Tyler Perry? Be like these men. Stick out a microphone in them men's face and say, "Is America racist?" What do you think they're gonna say?
No, sir. I ain't seen no racists around here.
Yeah, ain't nothing racist. You think you can stick a microphone in Snoop Dogg face and say, "Ask, is America racist?" Then you know what's the next question following. So why did you perform for Donald Trump? I gotta go. All right. Okay then. So with that then, I will pass the class over to Priest and Officer Darash Ahmad.
Men of Israel, Amajim. Men of Israel, we're going to render one courtesy salute to Captain Nayathaq. Amajim Shabbat. Amajim. Barak. How about Shem Yahshua?
How about Shem Yahshua?
Got him at top. Star. We're going to place sisters. Sisters Amajim. Men of Israel, we're going to render one courtesy salute to the sisters. Amajim Shabbat. Amajim. Barak. How Shema. Got him at top. Shot means we seated. I.S.U.P.K. security announcements. I.S.U.P.K. started out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother and sister. Sister coming to the school, off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to share themselves with the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. Number Numbers 18, chapter 21, Malachi chapter 3, verses 8 through 10. Means 10th in the Hebrew, ma'ashara. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give to the treasury department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory, whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocations, we have the Feast of Purim, which is the 14th day, and the 15th day of the 12th month, which is Thursday, March 13th through March 14th of 2025. You can read that in the book of Esther, chapter 9, verses 20 through 31. We also have the Lord's 56th Passover, which is April the 12th, 2025, which will be held in Atlanta, Georgia, the 14th day of the first month. Following that is the Feast of Unleavened Bread, which will be the 15th day of the first month for 7 days, from April the 13th through April the 20th. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black, boots, shirt, pants, headband, and scarf. And with that, class dismissed.